I want to tell you guys something. My jumper was made in Glasgow because I made it in Glasgow, okay? That's how I know it was made in Glasgow. My jumper was made out of, does anyone know? What does it look like? Wool. It was made out of sheep's wool. I know that because I bought the wool and made it into a jumper, okay? We can make all sorts of things. We can make socks. This is a sock that I've just made. We can make all sorts of things, right? We make food, we make clothes, you can make a kippah, you can make all sorts of things that we don't necessarily know, right? Why? Because they're made in Turkey. And we don't know how they're made, right? Not that I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's a complicated thing, but we don't know where a lot of our things come from. And we have in this week's parsha 2 commandments, 2 mitzvot to make things. Bread, right? Which sometimes we make and sometimes we buy from the store probably, and tzitzit. So I want to show you guys a few fun things. So as you know, I'm at the farm, and we've done a lot of interesting things. Yesterday, we did the sheep shearing. So this is the sheep. The sheep lives right outside my caravan window, and I see it all the time. And this is Farmer Graham, and he is shearing the sheep, right? So wool grows on a sheep, right? It's like the sheep's hair, and it grows all over the sheep's body. And then you have to cut it off because then the sheep is too hot. And in the summer, it's very hot, and you need to take the wool off. So here's the sheep, and it's getting all of its wool cut off. And you can see here, I'm gonna try and make this picture bigger for you. Do you see that he's cutting right along? And it doesn't hurt the animal. It's not that he's cutting the skin, he's cutting the hair off. So he has these big, big scissors, and this is the sheep's body here, and this is the sheep's fur coming off. And then you see in this picture, okay, this is Farmer Graham, and this is a sheep's fur, right? The wool. It comes off all in one piece, like that, and then you have to wash it and you have to spin it. And what happens is that you get wool, okay? And this is wool that's been dyed. So here we have blue. They all come from different things. So this yellow is marigold. Marigold is a pretty flower that we have. This purple is rhubarb. Has anybody eaten rhubarb? Yeah? It's a fruit that grows. This is blue. This is not the blue of the snail that Rabbi Lemberger was mentioning. This is blue of indigo, and indigo comes from a leaf. It's a special type of leaf, and it makes blue. And, okay, but this is not a jumper. This is not tzitzit. This is just raw wool, right? You see that? Raw wool, okay? And what we have to do is we have to process it. So you get out these big comb brushes, yeah? And what you have to do is you take the wool and you go like this. This is called carding. I would do it better usually, but I'm just doing it to show you, so I'm doing it quickly. And you go like that, and then you take the other big comb brush, and you go, okay? And you do this for a long time. It's a bit difficult. Okay, this is called carding, and there's also a machine that does this, but sometimes we do it by hand. Now what you have to do is you have to pull this off by hand. And then this is called carded wool. This one's a bit messy. And then you pull it out as such. And then you pull out the drop spindle. Okay, this is called a drop spindle, and it's how we spin wool by hand. We also have, you can't really see, there's a spinning wheel. That's a spinning wheel, just like in Sleeping Beauty. But I'm going to show you guys with the drop spindle. And we're going to turn this carded wool into thread. So what we do is you take it here, you loop it around, and you have to spin it like that. It's kind of like you're spinning a dreidel. You go spinning, and then you pull just a little bit. We're going to loop it around, spin it like a dreidel, and then pull just a little bit. And that is how we make the thread. Pull a little bit, and then you release it, and it twists up. Spin, pull, and it takes a long time. I want to show you some of the ones that I made this week. We have all of these little skeins of wool. You see them? Different colors. And that's how we make the wool. And from there, we can knit them into jumpers and socks and also into the wool that we need to make tzitzit. And the tzitzit that Rabbi Lemberger is wearing and that Roe is showing us, that's made just the same way, maybe in a factory, maybe with machines, but it's done the same way. You take the wool from the sheep and you card it and you spin it and you use it for all sorts of things. And this is something really beautiful, I think. In the world, there's so many things around us, right? When you go for a walk, you see so many things from all around the world, all over us. And it's hard to sometimes look at them and to really understand. So this week, I want everybody to find something that you don't know how it works, okay? It could be, we're making hummus, right? Let's say you're making hummus and you have a can of chickpeas. How do chickpeas grow? How do they get off the plant and into the can? I don't know, okay? So I want everybody to find something in your week that you don't know and figure out, how does it work? How does it get there? How do I get it from the world into my house, and how do I use it? It's really beautiful because God is infinite, right? God is so much everywhere that we can't understand, because we're just finite, we're just individual people. But when we look into the details of how things happen, that's when we can appreciate how amazing Hashem is for us and how amazing the world that we have is. So I want everybody to do that. And next week, when we come back, I'm going to say who has an interesting thing to share with us, and everybody is going to have an interesting thing to share with us, okay? We're going to sing a special song. This song is called Maya Hayom. We sang it last week. It means, how beautiful is this day? Shabbat Shalom. How beautiful is the world around us, all of the things, all of the sheep, all of our clothes. How beautiful is it that we have clothes that work and function? How beautiful is it that we have bread that we can eat? So we're going to sing the song. We sang it last week, so I'm going to sing it, and you guys sing along in your houses, okay? Maya Hayom, Shabbat Shalom. Maya Hayom, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Maya Hayom. Shabbat Shalom. Maya Hayom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.